Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I'm going to be showing how this song can be played from start to finish, keeping some parts fairly simple for beginners and then showing how we can play exactly what John Frusciante was playing. On the original recording, it's played with fingerstyle, but with an overdub part, with just 2 notes on the B string on string 2. It's at fret 3 and fret 2, which sort of gives the impression of... But that higher note is actually an overdub. It's a secondary part recorded afterwards. And on the original recording and live, he would play this part as fingerstyle, but that does add an extra layer of complexity, and I want everyone to have a go at this, and most people will find it easier to go with a pick. If you were doing it with fingerstyle, just play all the lower notes on string 6 or string 5 with the thumb. Play strings 4, 3 and 2, kind of in this fashion. So let's dive into this intro. This is 2 chords played as an arpeggio, which just means single notes played out of that chord. Those 2 chords at a D major, but we have a D major with the root on fret 5 played by the little finger. This is going to give people a lot of trouble, but that is how Frusciante does it. The next chord after that would be the F sharp major chord. That first chord is picked as so. We just play the middle 4 strings, going from string 5, 4, 3, back to 4, 2, 3. Very similar pattern on the F sharp chord, but starting from string 6. Well worth just changing between those 2 chords first of all as a warm-up and seeing whether this is something you want to take on, seeing whether this is at your level yet. Exactly the same pattern, everything's just moved to the thicker strings, so physically higher up the strings. String 6, 5, 4, 5, 3, 4. Then we have this D major scale / F sharp natural minor scale run between those 2 chords. Starting off after that first chord, 3rd finger to 1st finger on string 5, frets 4 to 2, 4, 2, little finger then on 5, 3rd finger on 4, 1st finger on 2. After the F sharp chord is arpeggiated, we then play, which is the same kind of move, 4, 2, 5, 2, and then 3rd finger to little finger hammer on. I used to think it was a slide, but it's a hammer on. 3rd finger hammer on, and then we play the arpeggiated D major chord. Look out for that extra pick on the 2nd repetition. Coming back to 5. And we also have this Frusciante, which will recur again. Pick string 2, little finger hammers on, flicks off. And then on the original recording, these 2 notes that we play on string 5 and 4 just slide up 2 frets. That's all that's heard. When Frusciante plays it live, he often just goes between the full chord. Then we only need that F sharp note to ring out on the next chord. recommend you try that with a pick and then with fingerstyle to compare and contrast, you know, try and get it sounding as good with either, because both are really, really useful, but it's fingerstyle on the original. Let's have a look at the verses now, starting with verse 1. It uses 5 chords, all in the key of E major, starting with E major itself. This is played at the 7th fret position, and we're only strumming the middle 4 strings from string 5, the root note, and it's generally played this way, and this way of playing a bar chord with the 3rd finger line down, I personally find it loads easier on Stratocaster style or S style guitars because of the arch of the fretboard. Strats tend to have a much more curved fretboard, or at least this one does, and playing bar chords in this manner, most people will find it easier to do it on a more curved fretboard. For all the other chords in this progression, we're only going to strum those middle 4 strings again, which means that the next chord is a B chord, but we're going to play it like this. We're not going to bar the B chord, we're going to play it like this. So there's actually no bar chords in the terms of barring all 6 strings here. This is a B major chord at the 7th fret. The next chord is a C sharp minor. This is at the 9th fret. G sharp minor, which is the same shape, just for 1 strum, and then to A major. So E, B, C sharp minor, G sharp minor, A on the first time. The second time round throughout the verses, it is the same progression as you're probably aware, but without that G sharp minor, it just goes straight to A. And that's all verse 1 does. It just plays each chord once, and then we have 1 chord as an interlude, which is my favourite chord, especially in this context. This is an E major 7, which according to Paul Davids and Wikipedia, this was inspired by a song called Rip Off by T-Rex, so written by Mark Bolan, and it was just that major 7 sound that he kind of fell in love with. It's a C7 on the original recording. C major 7, E major 7 here, and it sounds beautiful. Verse 2 and all the other verses take it up a notch with licks really inspired by Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix, but using all the exact same chord shapes. We're just going to be adding in some Hendrix-inspired things. Here we go. So we play the E chord as we have done already, B chord as we have already, little finger goes for the sus4, 3rd finger can stay down, and this is the same thing that we did in the intro. Same move. That lick, sliding from the 9th fret to 11th fret on strings 4 and 5, going to a 1st finger, where we'd go for that C sharp minor chord normally. Same as we've done before, but when we go to the A, it's a pick of string 1, hammer on with the little finger, flick off, pick string 2. Which you can do by keeping the other 3 fingers down, only the little finger needs to lift off. So the second time round is exactly the same, but we don't go to that G sharp minor, we go straight to the A, it's a strum, and then string 1, 2, 3. And I'm not playing string 6 for any of that verse. ending again on the E major 7. The chorus introduces a couple of new chords. F sharp minor, this is a 9th fret bar chord, and this is root 5. So we're playing like the A minor shape, moved right up the neck to the 9th fret, back to E major. B major as a triad this time. This is just 3 strings ringing out. First finger hitting string 4 here so we can strum. And string 4 doesn't ring out, and then we return to F sharp minor. The strumming for the chorus is as follows. So that was 1 strum of the F sharp minor, 2, 3, 4 of an E chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. B, down, up, back to the F sharp minor. That's the end of that second bar, and then the chorus just repeats. So after, we have 1 strum of F sharp minor, 2 more, and then we do this muting. Notice when it loops, the chorus ends with 2 mutes and then starts with another 2 mutes. Verse 3 is the same as verse 2 with the Jimi Hendrix Little Wing moves. All that kind of thing, and then returns to this chorus where we play exactly what we've done so far. And then we move on to this interlude section, which is where a chorus pedal is added much more clearly. If there's any chorus earlier on the guitar sound, it's been very, very subtle. Here it's a lot more obvious chorus sound, and we kind of have the basic chords A major, A minor, G, and F. One thing that is added is a G6 played like this. So string 5 doesn't ring out. So this is like a G chord, but with the 6 added. So we remove the 3rd finger, move it down a string, little finger on the 2nd fret. And then we have this sequence of chords where it's an F major 7, really clear on the recording that it's F major 7 like this to E7 like this. Various different ways, I've seen everybody play this differently, so I'm going to choose to go for just a G chord, G bar chord, just here. Back to, and that would take us to that outro chorus, under the bridge, uptown, all that kind of thing. But there's a few other things that happen here that we want to take note of, namely, lots of variations on this, but it's pretty clear on the original recording we've got this thinnest E string ringing out. Some really cool chord shapes. This is all the same chords that we've been playing before. So A major, A minor, just with the thinnest E ringing out, that G6 to a G major, F, at the end here, just without that first finger. So that's my interpretation of how to play Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I hope you have lots of fun with that. Any questions, let me know in the comments below on YouTube and I will answer them for you. I'll leave some other suggested tutorials on the screen now, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.